All right, folks, so there's lots of possibilities here for jobs I need to keep working on. This is the old crappy bench that I made probably 25 years ago out of just some junk that I had on hand because I didn't have money to do much more than that. But this bench has stayed together, so I can't complain about that. But it's going to be going down into the new shed in the clearing down at the Road to Nowhere trail. So I need to make a replacement for this bench, and it's going to be a floating bench because I want to clear this space in here. It is nice and warm in here right now. I've got 2 heaters going, and it is only been going for about 10 minutes. And it's pretty darn cold outside. It's -4, -5, and we're already up to 12 degrees in here, so that's working pretty good. But anyway, that bench has to go. The floating bench is just going to stay out on the floor. And I've had a few comments back about the best place to put my my wood-burning fireplace, and that's going to go right here. So I don't think I will actually get it in this year. But we are thinking about it. I've got to get this bench replaced and then get this one out of here and then move some more things around to make room for the wood stove. I'm going to grab the tractor and run up to the wood drying tent and grab enough 2x4s to start this. So I'm going to make this whole thing out of 2x4s. And my bench is going to be 24 inches across. So I'm going to need about 16 2x4s just for the top of it, because I want this to be a real heavy-duty monster. All right, let's get the tractor going. It's on the block heater, so it's always ready to go. And I'll put the forks on, go up, and get our wood. So I want to give you a quick update on the drone situation. As you saw a little while ago, I was given a pretty basic, inexpensive drone to try out for doing videos for my channel. Unfortunately, it didn't work out very well. It had a couple of flaws in it. That was returned. And now I have ordered, or I did order, a much more expensive drone. I ordered a DJI Mini 4 Pro. It showed up, started to set it up, and failed before it even turned a propeller. The batteries weren't any good on it. Couldn't put a charge in them. Because they wouldn't hold a charge, I couldn't update anything. So I was completely snookered. Nobody knew what was going on. So it's gone back. I haven't given up yet. As soon as I get the refund back from this one, I'm going to order another one. Fingers crossed, that one will work. Okay, folks, there's our 2x4s in. Just look at that lumber. Doesn't take much to tell that that did not come from the local lumber yard. That's been up in my drying tent for a little over a year now, so I'm not too worried about stickering it or anything for the short time it's going to be sitting here in the shop. That's beautiful stuff. The other thing I brought down is this rather gnarly looking 2-inch thick piece that I'm going to be using for a step, so I really don't need that much out of it. As you may recall, I was working on the lower entranceway to the house last year, and I ripped out all of the old floor, and partly because of that, the step going in the lower door to get down to the existing floor now is pretty far, so I'm going to make a temporary step to put just inside the door so I'm not falling on my butt when things get wet in there. So that step is going to be 40 inches long. So I have cut these 2 pieces at 41. I'll finish them off after. So I've got 2 knots in it there, which aren't too bad. So we're going to cut this to its width, and I want to make this as small as or as light a cut as possible. I just want it to be straight. So I'm barely going to trim this off, and then I've got my backing plate here. So this is 9 inches wide, and my backing plate is also 9 inches wide. So this will get fastened to the back of the step. But I want to run these through the planer, get them flat, get them cleaned up. Especially this one, it has a bit of a bow in it. But I don't want to be cutting a bunch of material or planing a bunch of material I don't need. So I'm going to cut these down now to their finished width and then move on to the planer from there. All right, there's the table saw part done. All right, guys, there's our step. It's nice and flat now. That's basically finished thickness and width. I'm still a bit long on the length. So that looks pretty good. All right, folks, there's our 3 main pieces here. We've got the upright here, the back, and the step itself. Now I need to cut a rabbet into the bottom of the step that the front support is going to fit into. Now our pieces look beautifully flat right now, but remember, this is wood. If there's anything I've learned over the last couple of years of playing out here and listening to friends on other channels, wood doesn't stay the same. Unlike steel, you get difference in the moisture in the air, and this wood could change. But at this point, I don't think it's going to change enough that I'm going to have to worry about, because it's been drying for well over a year, and it is nice and dry and ready to go. Okay, so let's get this figured out as to how far in from the edge I want to go to cut this slot and how deep I want to go. All right, let's take our first cut here and see how it looks. All right, that looks pretty good. Let's make our adjustment. Take our next cut. All right, there is our finished cut. Let's see how it fits here. Wow. Okay, there we are. But that fits very nicely. I'm happy with that. Okay, there is our front board in place, the support board, and that gives me my height that I'm looking for from the top of the step to the floor, which is 5 5/8. Next, we need to lay out the backing board, get the support screwed to it that this will then sit on. And my backing board here is going to go like that. So this is going to get fastened here. So that goes like that, and the step is going to sit on there. Okay, so that then goes like that. Well, I'm quite pleased with that. Okay, so that's pretty good. So what I want to do is fill this in. So I'm probably going to cut this support back, oh, maybe 2 inches kind of thing, to open up this space so I can drop a piece in there. But I'm quite pleased with that. That looks good. All right, there we go. Let's take this inside and see how everything works before I come out and round all the corners and that kind of thing and give it a finish sanding. Oh boy. That is so good. Yes, I'm happy with that. We've got our step basically figured out. I'll have to take it apart now and round all the edges and that type of thing, and then get it finished. And I'm really happy with that. That's going to make it so much easier getting in and out of the house. But I want to put a good hard coating on it, and I'm not exactly sure what to coat this with. I'm going to stain it and then give it a good coating. So what do you folks think I should coat this with after staining? Let me know, and I'm going to give it, 3 or 4 coats. This is temporary, but if it works out and I'm happy with it, we may convert it into a finished step once this floor gets done in here. So that's going to be it for today's video, folks. Thanks very much for watching, and if you've been enjoying these videos, please don't forget to give it a like, and I would love to have you subscribe to the channel. That would really help a lot. So remember to stay safe out there, and we'll see you folks out on the trail the next time.